G'day guys, welcome back to Mango Invest. In this video, we're going to show you the record breaking month worth of dividends, what company paid me what. We'll have a look at the companies within the portfolio, what's changed, and we'll have a look at my tax bill for the last financial year. So we have to end up paying $26,000 worth of total tax. So we'll just show you and we'll break down exactly why that's the case. But getting into it, we've got $580,000 worth of total equity. $30,000 is we're in the negative, and then you've got some US cash just sitting there at the moment. And we'll click over to the overview, and this is all of that transformed into Australian currency over here. So this is $585,000 taking into consideration all of the cash and all of the assets put together. So in the Australian side of things, we've got $10,500. Wall Street, we've got $569,000, and then we've got some cash just below here. So we've got $8 of cash in the Australian side, and then in the Wall Street or US side, we've got $5,349 worth of cash. Now, the cash is reducing. Now, if you watched my last video, we recently got a home loan. So I really want to pay that home loan off down as fast as possible because I don't really want to pay, like $700,000 worth of interest over a 30-year loan. So every time we build up all these dividends, I'm just going to withdraw that, pay off my tax bill first, and then we're going to slap as much cash and as many dividends onto the house as possible, just so I'm not having to pay the interest over time. We'll probably save a little bit of money in the long run. So that's the portfolio as it stands. We'll now just have a look at all the dividends that we earned last month. Go to the US side of things. We go to the date range, all right, 1st to the 31st of July. All right, and then we'll just filter. Actually, we won't filter the dividends. We'll actually have a look at what's going on. We'll go the buys, the sells, deposits, transfers, withdrawals, dividends, and any adjustments. We just won't show you the dividend tax. But yeah, cool. So these are all the dividends. Some pretty high numbers this month. Again, it's been a record-breaking month worth of dividends, which is good to see. Starting off with SCHD, we've got 466. We've got a couple of companies that paid me twice in the month, which is good. QALD, we got 569. JetQ, 621. Misty, 522. And then Alibaba, I don't know really why they split the two payments up, but they came in at the exact same time, although they just split the payments, which is strange. But 307 and 283. AG&C paid me a nice consistent $709. That's been consistent for the last couple of years since investing with these guys. Realty Income Corporation 174, MRNY 541. And just with some of the cash, I noticed that MRNY was sort of decreasing in value, so I just took another opportunity of putting another $1,000 into that company there. Whoa, what did we just do there? Yeah, so put another $1,000 in that one. Coney paid me $1,267. Again, that's fairly low for Coney. Coinbase have been tracking pretty low. Same with all the yield max ETFs. They're just decreasing in value. Therefore, we're getting paid a little bit less. But I suppose we'll see how this financial year turns out. Could have a 360. Could turn around. Who knows? QALD paid me on the last of the month as well, $568. And then this was the withdrawal that we made. So I think it ended up being $4,559. That got transferred into my Australian account. Now, this whole withdrawal was to pay off the tax bill. So we got $26,000 worth of tax that we had to pay. And I'm just going to use the dividends to pay off that tax. And this was the first installment. So that's probably going to take me another 2 to 3 months to pay off that 26 grand just with dividends alone. So it's not really eating into my, my money from work and all that sort of stuff there. But yeah, that's all the payments so far. We'll go have a look at the Google spreadsheet. And again, for all the new viewers that are watching the channel, I'll just place it into all the dividends earned for the month in this column here, all right, and then it formulates it into a graph just at the bottom. So in 2019, August, that was my first month worth of dividends, and I ended up getting $49.46. Absolutely huge month worth of dividends. But then last month in July, we got $6,031. Now, this is all US currency as well. So when we make the conversion to Australian currency, what's that? That's sitting like $10,000 worth of dividends just in the 1 month, which is pretty incredible. If we were to look back on the last year in July, we got 2,839. So, that's almost, that's double that what we got last year, which is pretty incredible. And then if we look the July before that in 23, 781, you know what I mean? So it's growing at a very fast pace, which is good to see there. Let's have a look at Navexa. Now, Navexa is the tax reporting software that I use. I did used to use ShareSite, but with all the buys and the sells and uploading of data, it wasn't really accurate. I was earning such and such money worth of dividends or whatever, but it would say that I'd be earning less or more, and it wasn't really accurate. But with Navexa, I feel like everything is accurate to the dollar and to the cent, which is really good to see. But let's have a look at all the tax reporting. So have a look at the overview. And it's saying here, so the last financial year, we've got the total capital gain. We've got the total income being the dividends. And it's got all the trades, how many dividends that we've earned, and it's even got staking rewards for crypto, which I don't really invest in anymore. And down here, it's got all the tax reports that help you out filling out your tax every year. So it's got a bit of an overview. It's got the capital gains report, and then it's got the taxable income report. So let's have a look at the capital gains report here. Let's just confirm that it's the last financial year. So here we've got the short-term capital gains. So any shares that we sold before holding them for more than 12 months, or less than 12 months that we held them for. And we got $2,000 worth of profit out of that one. Moving over to the long-term capital gains, we got $47,000 worth of profit, although because it's a long-term capital gain and we held the shares for more than 12 months, we got a 50% capital gains discount. So we only have to, pay tax on half of that profit, right? So obviously taking away 50% of the profit, we only have like $25,000 worth of taxable income for that as well. So not too bad there. So that's not all the taxable income that we were liable for. Let's head back to the taxable income report. And I like how this is all laid out for you to fill in your tax. So if you open up, MyGov into the ATO side of things, it's got every, possible section that you need to fill out your tax, right? And we'll scroll down. So in the assessable foreign source of income, because I'm using, I'm getting US shares, that comes down as foreign income. And we've got $83,733 worth of dividends. Now with stake, because when you earn the dividend, they automatically take out 15%. So this is the foreign income tax offset. So that's what I've already been taxed on. But yeah, so in total, the profit that we made, I'm not too sure if you can see the total profit from last year, but what's that? It's over $105,000 worth of total profit just from the stock market, which is it's even more because we got the $47,000. So it's over like $130,000 worth of total profit just from the stock market last year. So it really explains why we got the $26,000 worth of a tax bill. But yeah, I'll be paying that off in the near future. Before I can even start to pay off this house. So it should take me a couple more months. But just to finish off, we've got all the companies that I own within the portfolio. We've got Apple. Yeah, that's doing well. Doesn't really pay me much of a dividend, but it's just there for a bit of capital gain. AG&C, we're currently negative $6,000, but these guys have been paying me for at least 4 to 5 years. $709 every single month. So we've well and truly made our money back with AG&C very easily. Alibaba, just sitting there, just doing its thing, really waiting for for a bit of a reversal. I've got an average buy price of 128, and we're currently sitting at 117 at the moment. I'm just waiting for a spike. Hopefully, let's have a look into it at the moment. Yeah, so in the last year, it's fluctuating pretty sort of heavily. In the last 5 years, we did get up to a price of $304. So I'm really waiting for, a nice upwards trend with Alibaba. That'd be really good to sell and get some profit out of that, because I've held the company for more than like 2 years, so I'll get a nice capital gains discount out of that one. Coney, currently negative, $7,400, but again, every single month I've held this company for probably about like 6 to 7 months now, and every single month they're paying me at least $1,000, even a little bit more. Like some payments they've paid me like $2,000. So again, we've well and truly made our money back with that one. JetQ, negative $3,000. Currently got 70 grand invested into the company. Pretty happy with how that one's tracking. MRNY, negative $8,000. Now I haven't received as many dividends with this one to get my money back, but over time, kind of hoping we see like a little bit of a reversal with that one. Microsoft doing really well. We're currently in the profit by 109%, being $7,488. That's doing really well. Misty, we're negative $4,000. So as you can see, there's a bit of a trend with all the yield max ETFs. Absolutely getting smashed with the profit loss side of things. But again, they very well and truly make up with the amount of dividends that they earn. Realty Income Corporation, pretty much even. We're negative $831, but again, these guys have well and truly made up thousands and thousands of dollars worth of dividend payments. QYLD, we're negative $2,818. Still pretty happy with this company. We've got $60,000 invested, and again, they pay solid dividends every single month. Rhyme, bit of a day trading, bit of a fun stock here. I don't really pay too much attention with that one. I'm negative $800. I doubt we'll see a reversal. I'm thinking of selling it, within the next sort of couple of months, just to see. It's probably better off just putting that money to better things. SCHD, slowly building this one up at as we speak. $46,000 worth of total equity. We're currently up by $433, and then just to finish off with Tesla, we invested $14,548, and we're currently up, just under $7,000 there. So that's the portfolio as it stands. Probably not gonna, buy or sell too much within the next year or two. It's going to remain fairly boring. As I said, the goal of this portfolio here is to first and foremost use all the dividends that we've been earning to pay off the tax bill, and then from there we're going to use the dividends to pay off the home loan. And once that house is probably paid off within the next like 6 to 7 years, that's when we can, start going ham at this portfolio yet again. But that concludes the video. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch us in the next video.